Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Yellow! There's a blue lady! You ain't got nothing! You ain't got nothing! 57! Check 15! Go!
On first down, Mahomes completes it to Benjamin. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Hey, 57 colors. Hey, Sunday. Watch Mike. Watch track. You don't want none.
Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
I don't need to.
51, Mike 51. Here we go. Exit.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
They'll run on first down. Benjamin. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Now a give, right side. Benjamin. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a third down.
Yellow. Let's go, Lottie.
Go. Win the rep. Let's go, right here.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. that will be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Right. Walk the pass. Walk the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Kareem Hunt. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 36-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
We gotta get this stop here, D. Check your hot read. 50, yellow. Shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit. Watch the shit. Check H3218. Chopper. Kill. Shit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Yellow. 180. Here we go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. No. 3 down. Mike 20. Yellow. That's trash.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Let's go. 51's the Mike, 51's the Mike. Let's get the ball. 51's Mike. Mike 51.
Attacking attack, Martin.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Leo.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
Let's go, team. Gonna be a long day on this.
Get it.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike 53. Watch the fly, watch the fly, watch the fly.
Rock it.
Tight dog. No.
Ready.
2nd and 9 now. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Check safety.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, lock it. Snap.
On 1st down, it's Hunt, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Ready?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Switch.
Protein spill. 5.
Looking to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. In for the score. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes the score 21-0.
Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken very short. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd down, Benjamin. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Yellow.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, son. Under
Pilot, 64, weak.
Slam.
Hey, Alpha.
Watch out.
6, look at me. Zipper. 2.
Here's 2nd and 8. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Chiefs nothing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Second and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, Ripple is 50, yellow, 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 yellow.
Check 99. Deuce, 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 deuce.
What's that?
Now a give, right side. Benjamin. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hey, yo, hey, go gun, go gun, go gun.
52. Watch the run. They're running.
43, 43.
Making his presence felt on the sack.
Off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Take it at the 37. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run a middle order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wind up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Oh, here we go. Oh, 52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Hey, yo, hey, go gun, go gun, go gun.
51. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Showing up. Showing up.
15.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, Echo.
Check 52.
Yo, go.
Check.
Go.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
53. Strip the ball.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
And the Raider first down.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
A gain on the play. First down, Raiders.
Here we go. Set. 5. 90 Wolf.
I smell fear in that offense.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Topper! Bam! Now!
They'll set up to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. I got one.
Look, squeeze.
Mike's 56. Hey, I'm coming.
5.
They'll drop the throw. And he's got his man Hilton. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
You ready?
53 is the mic.
It's been a long day for you.
Go, Jack.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19.
The Chiefs take
Let's go.
over
Let's do
first
it.
and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play.